Hello everyone. The purpose of this video today is to introduce the features that has been implemented in kosape's website. To access the website, open up your browser and browse over to kosape.com. kosape.com. This is how the website looks at the moment. We have contact phone numbers and contact email here, which has not been set up properly yet. We have the logo here, which is a temporary logo at the moment. We have a menu here. You can also have a sub-menu to the menu, and you can have a menu, a compressed menu, if you were to use it on a phone. This is a responsive format, which means that if you were to use this on the phone, everything adjusts to the screen. You can see that the menu is not here anymore, but it's replaced by this mini menu over here. Now, coming back to the website, this is the splash page, which is the home page that you reach first time when you access this website. You have a YouTube video here, which is also a temporary video at the moment. You can play the video. You can play the video like that, and further down you have a few articles explaining what the cooperative is all about. This thing here that you see at the bottom here is temporary, and it's being used to debug this installation until it's completed. Some information here that helps us to debug the installation. Let's look at the format of it in the first back again. There is a video at the top, and you have some explanation here. This is a one column paragraph, and further down we have a two column paragraph. We'll see how that is made. The second page has a graphic here that stays in place while the page moves up, and the rest is created out of the template, due to be replaced with our own data. If you are logging in as an administrator, clicking on this button will take you behind the website. Let's see how the website is constructed. There is more in the website than meets the eye. I click on that button just now, and now I am coming to the administrators area. Put in my password, and here I am in the administrative area. The entire website runs on a platform called Joomla. Joomla is a content management platform. It's very flexible, and it has a lot of components that can be used to turn it into different types of websites. So the main component here that we use to produce those pages just now is called the page builder. These are the pages that have been created. We have the home page, the first page that you reach when you access the website. And then we have a page explaining the benefits of becoming a member in this cooperative. We have a few other pages here that allows our system administrators to practice their skills while they are learning to produce the website. And we also have a few templates here that the system administrators can use to create pages real fast. Let's look at the first page. This is the home page that you saw just now. It's divided into several areas, as you can see. These are bands, and this band contains material that you can that is displayed on the website. So if you go to the website again, here's the website. You can see that the first band over here is occupied by a video, and here in page builder you could see that this is the video, and then we have a few articles below the video, these articles, and you can see here that these articles are represented by these components called text blocks. And further down you have a two-column mode of displaying articles, and here further down you can see that we have these two columns, objectives and the targeted membership. How did we put these writings in here? This is done by putting the text block here and editing the text block as such. So we put down some writing here for the content of the text block, and we put a few other characteristics of that text block, like how it's aligned, and we specify here the style for the text block. See, we didn't fill up a lot of information here. That way we can revert back to the default values for the template. We can also say whether we want it to be hidden, and to specify some kind of access control if you don't want everybody to see that particular area. That was this particular text block. There are 3 text blocks here and 2 other text blocks at the bottom. And for the video we have a different type of setting, which goes like this. These are the settings for the video, and here we put in the YouTube URL. Again, we have possibility of styling the video, but we do not take advantage of that because we want to revert back to the template default values. So the administrators of this website will have to learn how to use page builder so that you can create more pages and you can put more content. If you come back to this page, let me show it again. Browse to the page. You could see that there are some animation involved. You see that some of the things are flying in. Those animations are set over here. You see over here that we have mentioned here that it's going to be flying in. Not this one. Over here. Yeah, those things are going to be flying in from the left. So see, fade in right big. That's a way of animating it. There's a few other ways that you can choose how you want it to be animated when it makes its appearance. Now we'll save this. We have a few other pages here for practice purposes. I'm going to use one of these just to demonstrate how a page could easily be created. So I'm going back to this list of pages that's been created. I'm going to take this guy by the name of Fandi. You see that this page is blank at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a row here which adds a band. I'm going to call this row, say for instance, I'm going to call this thing top article. Top article. Okay, you can see I'm writing it over here. Top article. Oh, I'm going to put down here what's exciting. What's exciting? That is the title of the page, and then I can say what is the subtitle for the page, which is let us tell you. and I'm going to put down here. Okay, so we have the title of the page, and then I'm going to put down here under that title. So I'm going to have a lot of choice here. You can see I can put a lot of things. I can put an article, I can put carousel, I can put something called a feature box. So let's say I put down the feature box over here, and I'm going to put some words in the feature box. There's some default words here. Line it in the center, and I want it to fly in when it comes. So I'm going to enable animation here, and I'm going to say I want it to fade in downwards. I click on apply, and I save this page. And I go to the page over here. See, I have this, and I have that. So this is one skill that administrators will have to learn in order to create their new pages. There's plenty of videos on YouTube teaching you how to use Page Builder. Just browse over to YouTube and try to learn from there. And we also have something called templates here. Templates is used to set how the website looks generally. We are using at the moment, our default template is called jewelry. This is how the template looks like. We have different areas representing the page, and we're using all these positions that has been created for the template to put things in. We click on the template, we can see there are a few settings that we can use to change how it looks, how the page looks like. So we've got logos, for instance, copyright. This is the layout for the page. At the top we have this top bar. This is the top bar that you can see. We're using it for a phone number and email address. We have a header if you want to use it. So we're using this header for menu and for logo. The menu is over here, logo over here. This is how it looks like behind. We have page title, then we have the main body and other stuff. So the page, the things that you've created on Page Builder is going to come out here. This is called component. The rest of the slots here are really empty, so we are not using them. You don't really see any content on the side or on top of this place. Let us try to use a different template, just to see what's the effect of what's the function of a template. So if I change this default template from jewelry to shopping, this is what I'm going to get. Okay. Now the default template is shopping. If I refresh this page, or if I go back to the main page, you can see that it looks different. It looks different. The menu is not by the side now, but it's in the middle, and we're using a different type of fonts. How the sub menu is coming out is different. There's some slight changes in how it looks like over here. This is the other page. Over here, see, button styles are different. So this is the function of templates, and this was the last page that we saw just now. You can see that it looks this way. I'll just change back to the original template we're using. Now, apart from coming up with pages that describes the cooperative, we also want to use the website to do some business. And what type of website, what type of components that we have here that can help us to run business? We have Hika Shop here. This is Hika Shop Business Edition, where we define the products that we want to placed in a shop. So for instance, we have pink sandals on sale, we have brown shoes, we have camera. This is how we set up products. Click on pink sandals, for instance, you have some description of the product you're going to put in here. It belongs to this category, women. Comes from under the Hikap shoes brand. You can put a picture here if you want to show a picture of the shoe. We can set up different pricing strategies somewhere at the bottom. We can also define the kind of taxes that apply to the shoes. Different countries, different tax. Dimensions is used to compute the shipping charges for the shoes. You can also define whether all users can access this shoe or only a certain type of user can access the shoe. For instance, if you have products that's only available for members, certain type of members, then you want to restrict the access to these products based on the type of membership. Let me try to show you the price of the shoes. Okay, here we have if you wish to limit the purchase of the shoes to a certain number per order, say for instance a person can only buy 2 pairs of shoes every time they order, you could change this figure from 0 to 2. That's going to limit what is available to people when they order. Put down here characteristic of the shoe. For instance, you have the same model of the shoe but it comes in different colors. You could specify the characteristic in terms of say color, and default value for that could be purple shoes, for instance. And so that sets so that people can come in and buy the shoes and say, I want a shoe of different color, I want a shoe of a different size. Not every product will have characteristics, so some products has no characteristics, like say for instance a bag of rice. This is the normal retail price that you get the shoes in the shop. Let's say for instance the retail price is 200 ringgit, but you could set up different prices for your buyers. You could say for instance normally the price is 200 ringgit, but I'm selling this shoe for only 100 ringgit. I'm selling this shoe in this currency. It'll convert the currency automatically. And I could say for instance this price is applicable to only a certain type of users. Okay, that's one price. Or I could say this price applies if I were to buy this is the price if you to buy this shoe one at a time. Change this now to 100. Ringgit. If you buy one shoe at a time, it's going to cost you 100 ringgit. But if I were to buy 2 shoes at a time, I will reduce that price down to maybe 90 ringgit. But you have to buy 2 shoes at a time. So you could say minimum quantity of 2 entitles you to buy this shoe at 90 ringgit. There's a lot of other things that you can do over here. You can see that plenty of things that for you to fill up regarding a particular product. That is some work that has to be done on the product itself. Okay, I'll save this. I'm going to close this. This is just to show you how a product is. And you could see here the products are divided into categories. So we have shoes, we have computer products. Right, we even have subcategories to computers. We have peripherals and we have computers themselves. Okay, you can see how the things are changing as I change them. So you also have to maintain these categories. They are under product categories. There's quite a few things that you have to configure and maintain in this shop in order to make it workable. So you can see here that we have payment methods For instance, we have different types of payment methods that you might want to use, including cash on delivery. You have different shipping methods. You could send it by a priority flight, for instance, or you could send it by regular flights, or you could send it by regular ships with different expected delivery dates and different prices. You could put those products in different warehouses, and different warehouses have different rules. Say for instance, you have two warehouses here in Kuala Lumpur, and you have another warehouse in Penang. Then you could set up different rules if the products were to come out from the warehouse in Penang, and different rules if the products were to come out from Kuala Lumpur. You could also set up warehouse as a pickup point. So instead of you sending the products to your customers, the customers could come over to your place and pick up those things. And you could specify to say that this one has no delivery charge, for instance. You also have to set up taxes, and you could set up different currencies if you want to sell overseas. For product itself, you want to define your product, you want to define categories, you want to define characteristics, you want to define brands, you want to perhaps put badges on the product. Say for instance, this is a 5% this product is going on for 5% right now, it's going on for 10% right now. You want to create badges to put beside the product to show that they are going on discounts. This is your list of customers and what they have voted, what is on their cart right now. Say for instance, if a customer were to go into your website, put some products on their carts, but they do not complete the purchase process, you still want to see what items have they placed on their carts, because that is an indication of what products customers are looking to buy. Here you can have a look at your orders. You could set up discounts. Let's look at what discounts are like. Here you could set up a new discount, for instance, and you could say this. You could provide a code for it, and you can say this is either a discount or a discount coupon. You can specify start date and end date for that. Say for instance, this discount is only applicable from the middle of Ramadan to the Hari Raya, Idul Fitri. So you could set up, say that this discount is only applicable within this particular date range. And here you could say whether the vendor of your product is going to pay for the discount, or whether you are going to pay for the discount. How much is the percentage of the discount? You could give a flat amount of discount. Say for instance, I'm going to give a 1 ringgit flat amount of discount, or I want to give a 10% discount. And you could specify also how many times this discount is available here in the quota place, so that you could say I'm only going to give this discount 1000 times. If you come a bit later and you miss the first 1000, then you are not going to get this discount anymore. The date is a different type of restriction, and the quota is a different type of restriction. You could say that discount is applicable only to a certain products, or certain type of product, or certain categories of products. You could say whether it applies to the parent category or includes all subcategories within it. You can also say whether discount is applicable to which country. Discount is available only in Afghanistan, or discount is available to a few other countries. If for instance I want to make this discount applicable to people in Afghanistan and to people in Albania, for instance. So people living in these two countries are going to enjoy this discount, but not people from other countries. And you can also say whether this discount is going to be available to all your customers, or none of your customers, or only a certain type of registered users with your website. Say for instance, people who have registered to as a member on your website, they could be entitled to 25% discount across the board, something like that. You could also set up an affiliate system where people who bring other customers to your website can be entitled to certain privileges. And we also have set up here something called the Hika Market, which allows other vendors to put up their products in your shop as if the shop belongs to them. But they will have an area where they can administer their own products. They can look at who has ordered their products today and what kind of shipment that they have to do, and then they can update there that I have shipped this product, I have not shipped this product, I have a problem with the payment of this product. We also have something called Hika Auction, which allows us to sell products in an auction rather than in a normal place. So you could define, say, what's the starting price for this auction, and whether you want to display how many bids has gone in for the products, and what kind of prices they have bidded for the products, to entice users to bid up the price of the product. You could specify when is the closing date for the bids, and a few other things that you can specify here. So you can see that there will need to be some effort in setting up the shop in the first place. We have, again, to recap, we have the normal shop, which is Hika Shop Business Edition. We have Hika Shop, we have Hika Market, allow other vendors to put their products here on your website. We also have the Hika Auction, which allows you to sell certain products via an auction. We have here a different component which allows you to do event management and to hold events. So this is the event management module. You have to specify your venues. Yes, you can specify categories of events. You can add groups to your users. Some other things, and you could specify here the events that you're going to be holding. We have another component here, allows you to put up classified ads on your website. This is the classified ads option, and here you can create categories of advertisements. This is where you put up advertisements. This is where you define some additional fields for certain special type of advertisements. For instance, if you are selling land, or you want to advertise people selling land, for instance, you could put up some extra fields here, particularly for people to sell land. Say, for instance, land area or a type of terrain. This is for you to put up the location, and there's some other things you could say. You know, my those people who are advertising here are holding promotions, stuff like that. You can ask people to pay for you to put up the advertisement. That allows you to accept. You could charge sponsors of advertisements. You could set up a different rates for different types of advertisements. We have discussion forum. We have membership schemes over here where you can set up different types of memberships. Not for the cooperative in particular, but for people who come on board on your website. So people who become members on your website does not necessarily mean that they are members of the cooperative, but they can be members who buy your advertising packages, for instance, or members representing a certain type of shoppers, so that people who buy membership in shopping can be entitled to certain preference prices or certain discounts. See, we have all this here for membership. You also have to go in here and do some configuration work. See, if you were to go into membership plans here, you've got quite a fair bit of information to fill in. That's how it works. And as you can see here, we have a lot of components here to be created. So after learning how to use Page Builder, you'll be learning how to create menus over here. This is our menu. The one that you can see on the website is basically this menu. You can see that we have a home page, and we have benefits of being members, and then you have some practice page, and this is being reflected here. You can see that we have a home page, and we have the benefits of membership, and you can see some practice pages over here. So after learning how to use Page Builder, the next part is you're going to learn how to create menus and how to configure the website using menus. And then you're also going to learn how to use extensions. We have a few extensions here, how to create modules and place them all over the website. These are basically modules. We have 3 pages worth of modules here, and you can create additional modules if you wish. So you have all these modules here, and each of these modules will need to be configured as well. Let's say, for instance, if I were to take this module and say publish this module in a particular position, so I'm going to take this. This is the, where has it gone to? This is how you search for a module. Okay, this content module over here. I'm going to say I'm going to publish this module in a place called Page Builder. There you go, page builder. I'm going to start publishing it now, but we change the title to Shop with Us. There's got a few other things that I have to put up here. I'll say that I want to show these products in one column like that. How I'm going to show you what type of products, product category and stuff like that. And then I'm going to not going to show too many of the products in one go. So I'm going to just say I'm going to show only 4 at a time. 4 at a time. That's 4, right? I'm going to say all sub-elements over here, so it's show all the products. Okay, I've set up the module, and then I'm going to page builder over here, and I'm going to say that I've already prepared this module for you to put up in your place. So what you can do now is you can go to the particular page where you want to place the module, which is going to be this one. And I'm going to create a new line here at the bottom. Create a new line here. Okay. You see I've added a new row here. I'm going to call it the shop. I'll call this row the shop. Just so I can identify it. Now we set up too many things over here. And what's going to be inside the shop, I'm going to say display this module just now which I have created. Module, and which module is that going to be? It's going to be the Hika shop module that we worked on just now. Maybe it's not safe just now. Let me check again. Never mind, I'm going to leave this here first. Save this thing. I'm going back to... Typically when I'm working on this thing, I have a few tabs open so that I don't have to jump from one page to another. And just now we were working on this module which is called... Where's that again? Oh yeah, we just changed it to shop. It's not called Hishaka shop. We just changed the name to shop just now. Yeah, that's the one, shop with us. So I'm going to go back here. Page builder, I'm going to open that particular page again. This was the page that I was working on. Going down, back to the module. Now say this here, I want to display the shop with us module. So you can see on this page that I'm going to have the video at the top, I'm going to have a few articles in the middle, and I'm going to have right at the bottom this module that displays the shop. Right, save this. Let's see how it works. I am going back to the main page. We have a video here. We have this. You can see at the bottom here we have this new module. See, the products are already being shown down here. I can buy, say for instance this thing. I've added this to my shopping cart. I can go to the shopping cart. Here I can have a closer look at the product. still have a problem here that I've got to solve. This is a description of the product. Okay, so basically what we have done here is that we have a shop down here now. Okay, if I change the picture over here, pink sandals, you can instead of seeing this picture, you can see some pictures of a sandal. Let's do it right now. Let's say I'm going to look for pink sandals. Just get a photo of some pink sandals. Let's say this one. I'll take this photo first. Let's save this on my desktop. I'll call it pink 1, and I'm going to take it from a different angle. I'm going to say this is pink 2, pink 2. Now I'm going to show someone wearing the sandal. I call this pink 3. So if I were to go back to this shop and I alter the picture for this sandal, see that's the pink sandal over here. You can see that the picture is this thing. I'm going to change the picture now. Instead of using this picture, I'm going to use a different picture. Upload an image. I'm going to upload these 3 images. 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's uploaded. I'm going to get rid of this particular image. Save this thing. Hold on for a bit. Saving the page now. You can see that the picture has changed to a sandal. And if I were to refresh this page, I'll be able to see a picture of the sandal. Voila. Right? You can see that. And if I were to go down to that page, here I can see the sandal, and I can see some alternative photos for the sandal. You can see that it's very important to prepare the image first, because you can see that this image is too small. You probably want to have an image that's far bigger than this. So to do that, you need to prepare your images first. And you can see that this image is nice because it has a white background that goes together very well with the white background of the page. So, but this one is not. This one is not. This other one, because the background is not white as the same as the color of the page. So you have a kind of a square box around the picture, which is not very nice if you have too many of those. Okay, that's going to end our demonstration today. The main message here is that you have basically a lot of components here that you can use to run your business. Okay, you have a lot of components here, and also here under modules. We already added quite a fair bit of components here under modules. You can see there are pages and pages and pages of them. And we also have this page builder that you can use to create your pages. We also have a couple of templates here that you can use to set up the website according to a particular look and feel. All this is going to take a lot of work, so we need a lot of volunteers to come forth and learn how to set up this website. And after you've learned some basic skills, then what you're going to do is you're going to divide the work, and we're going to assign, say, who's going to take care of this particular component, who's going to take care of that particular component, and even if in that particular component itself, who's going to take care of certain types of products, who's going to take care of certain types of product categories. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again. Bye.